Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are back in the Ford Mustang GT3, this time at the brand new Miami International Autodrome GP edition on iRacing for yet another track guide. Now it's an open series, and if you want to race the exact setup being driven by the living god that is Gianni Lutzu, all you need to do is join our Patreon page, or you can go to our brand new website, which is being shown in the bottom right hand side of the screen, sambosetups.com. There is a link in the description. Also, there's also a link for Gianni's website if you want to get coaching from the #1 ranked racing coach on iRacing. Check him out. Right, so here we are crossing the start-finish line, looking for our braking marker into turn 1, which is going to be just after the 150. Brakes all the way down to second gear, now back on the gas. Just a lift as we go through 2, and again through 3. Got to apologise, had to stick a static track map up because iRacing haven't yet given the track maps to the overlay people. Very upsetting. The 2 copy and paste corners. Now we're going to go out wide here, light but long on the brakes, down to second gear, now swinging back in, absolutely full through there, making full use of the track. So kudos to Gianni for learning this track in 3 hours without a track map. Well, I suppose real racing drivers have to get used to that sort of thing. It's just spazzers like me that don't. Apologies to anyone offended there. Showing my age. Right, back on the gas in second gear, tight to the corner. Well, the breakdown's going to be tricky of this. There's no markers, there's no track map. Best of luck to all of us. Right, down the long back straight. Which I do know goes into a hairpin on the left. At the 150, on the brakes, hard. Without it hitting the ABS. As much as possible. Swing back, cut the corner as we go up through the gears. Just keeping inside the track limits there. And over and across the line he goes in a 152.6. Right, we'll do the breakdown lap. Right, I'm going to do my best here on the breakdown lap. I've never driven around this course yet. So the first braking marker is just after the 150, I believe. So we go through it. Yeah, so after the 150, before the 100, gets on the brakes and sits there at about 75%, wipes that speed off, trails it off, down to second gear, picking back up on the gas, getting the right-hand tyres just over the curbing. Gets up to full, and then we're going to do a lift to go through turn 2. Now back on the gas, and then we're going to repeat that to go through turn 3. But a shorter lift this time. Up through the gears, back over to the right-hand side. So we've got the 100 and the 50 here. He's up to 5th. And we go through that. So the braking marker is just before we get to the start of the blue advertising on the right-hand side here. And he's only on the brakes up to about 40%. Trails that off, down to 4th. Now picks back up on the gas. And mid-corner, before he gets to the next apex, back on the brakes at about 40%. This time in 3rd, he trails off, back on the gas again, making sure you're cutting this corner. We're now going to go to the outside, and just as we get there, he's going to go on the brakes very lightly, only at around 10%. Once he gets to the full outside here, so the opposite of the apex, apogee, is it? I'm not sure. He drops it down to second gear, and still on the brakes all the way up until now, where we can actually see the cone as he start picking back up on the gas in second. It's going to put him nice and wide here. Don't go into that wall. Mustang making light work of the curbs. We hit the DRS zone. Right, so I believe we're braking just after the 150 here on the right-hand side. So, yeah, the 150, you can just see it by the windscreen wiper there. And on the brakes, and again, up to about 85%, trying to avoid the ABS, all the way down to second gear, picking back up on the gas whilst clipping this curbing here. And now lightly on the brakes. You only hit sort of 15-20% there, and just holding it, slowly builds back up on the gas in second. Now as we get to the outside of the track, and we're pointing at these two marshals, on the brakes up to about 35%, down to first gear, cutting that corner, over to the right-hand side, and again, just as we get over to the edge, on the brakes up to about 45%, down to first gear, and now blasting his way down. This bit straightforward. Right foot down. Right, and the braking marker is going to be just after the 150 as we come into the hairpin here. So as you can see, he's on the brakes now, well ahead of the 100. And again, holding it at about 80%, all the way down to first gear. So that's picking back up on the gas, mid-corner at the apex. Reaches 100% just when he's started to unwind that wheel. Up through the gears. So you can see you've got to keep your left-hand tyres just on that white line so as not to have the off-track. And over and across the line he goes in a, 152.6. Right, there's going to be one final version next with the driving line on, without me talking, so you can watch that. And let me know how you're getting on at Miami.